Hi, welcome to the Adler reunion here at my home. This is October 11th, 2014, and we have many cousins, aunts, and relatives here celebrating life and being part of the Adler family. So this is a picture of the original home place that Emma and Mike Adler had built. And John, my ex-husband, and I had built a home on the same property here on Mermill Road, Rudolph, Ohio. So we wanted to have everyone come for a reunion. And I'm going to let Aunt Bernadette, Aunt Madonna, and my mother share some of their memories. Aunt Bernadette, would you like to go first? Aunt Bernadette is our oldest living matriarch of the Adler family.
Well, the biggest thing I remember is we didn't have running water. We didn't have a toilet in the house. And what else? We just didn't have electricity. So we had lamps with coal oil. Had to wash those darn chimneys every day.
But what did you have? What did you have, Aunt Bernadette? Tell us what you had.
We had an outside John.
Did you have a lot of love?
What?
A lot of love.
Oh, yeah. A lot
Tell
of
us
work.
about that.
Yeah. Worked on the farm, milked cows, baled hay, hoed in the garden. My mother told me what to plant and how deep and when and where. And I was at the bottom on my hands and knees, and she was making the trenches with the hoe. You know, this was all old-time stuff without any modern equipment.
And Aunt Madonna, you were the youngest of the children of the Adler family. Tell us some of your memories of growing up, being part of the Adler family.
Well, let's see. One of my memories that has always stuck with me, when I was about 5 years old, like Bernadette said, we had the outside John. And at night, of course, we had the pot in the house. But in the summertime, we were expected to go outside. But I had a brother, Gene, who was next in age to me, basically. And he was 5 years older than I was. And every time I would go out, when it was getting close to bedtime, he'd come out and knock on the back of that toilet and scare me to death. He would make all these crazy noises, and I got so I wouldn't go. And another memory is we had a green apple tree at the end of the sidewalk that came out the back door and it went out to the John, but right across from that was this green apple tree. And the one summer, I was so anxious to eat those apples that I started eating them, and they were very green, and I had the worst bellyache that I could ever remember. Mom got so upset with me because she said, you know you're not supposed to eat those until they turn yellow, but I couldn't wait. So I ended up with a terrible bellyache. And of course, when I was 8, we moved down to where Nancy lives now, and we had all the luxuries. We had a bathroom in the house, we had running water, and I even had my own room because when I was little, we slept in the same room. Bernadette and I did, and we'd put the little flat iron in a sock and take it up to bed to keep our feet warm because the upstairs had very, very low heat. So,
What prompted you to move down to the other place? And then who lived here in that time?
well, we moved down there because we had a hired man, and he had moved on to other things, and my mom and dad decided to remodel the house down there. And they used the basic shell, except they put a basement under it. And after Francie was killed in the car accident, it was late that summer that we moved down there to the other house. And I was 8 years old at that time. So
And then who lived here at that time?
actually,
do you remember?
Donnie and Louise moved in here, and Ronnie was a small baby. Their oldest child, Ronnie, was a small baby at that
Okay,
time.
okay.
And they lived here, I don't know, maybe about 7, 8, 9, 10 years maybe, in the small house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cows and milk. too.
Yeah, they had the cows and they milked cows. And Dad would come down in the morning and at night and help milk cows until they got rid of them, so,
With Donnie and Louise.
yeah,
Great.
yeah. So-
Okay, and so,
They did put a bathroom in the house.
Oh, yes, they did put a bathroom in the house before Donnie and Louise moved into the
Okay.
house.
has this barn always been here that you guys remember? Was this barn here?
Yes,
You
yes,
guys
this-
remember?
Yeah, and the
Was a silo.
west side of it was where they had the milking cows, and up above it there is a hay loft, and of course up the other side to the east side also was a big hay loft, and we used to,
Remember that there was a cyclone came through and blew part of it
Yeah,
down.
it did.
yeah.
So Aunt Bernadette, you have done a lot of research on the Adler family and the Krebs family, right? You did some research. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Can't remember.
About the research that you did on like the Krebs family and the Adlers when they came over on the boat. Tell us what you know about that.
Not much. I can't remember.
Okay.
Bernadette, but we have it, when Rachel did her project,
Yeah.
like 4 years ago, we have that in our house.
Okay.
We have some of that, how they came through the train from Illinois, right?
Did you find out where they came from, or where they came into in the United States?
I didn't, but.
I can't find that either because I did a lot of research on
Okay,
this.
Did
ask-
Oh, yes,
Okay.
your dad was the one that, one of the reunions said, we need to do some research, and I did a lot, and Bernadette helped me. And we were never able to find where the Adler family came into, what port they came into. We looked I looked through all the books that I could from Ellis Island in New York, and I can't find anything. I was able to look into some of the information from Cleveland, because Cleveland also had a port. And I couldn't really come up with anything in that either. I've never been able to find where the Adler family came in to this country from Germany, so.
How did the Adler and the Krebs, how did Michael Adler get with Emma Krebs? How did they connect? Do we know that? Do we know any of that?
Well, the only thing I'm aware of, the Adler family lived up just south of Custer, that far, about a third of a mile out of Custer. And Grandma Krebs's family actually lived on Brendel Road. Do you know, did they move from someplace else up
They
there?
moved from Weston.
From Weston?
They
Okay,
lived in Weston a while.
okay, okay.
See, I didn't realize.
So they were in the same general area and, okay.
And
My-
I suppose, they both went to the Catholic Church up here in Custer, so,
And the school too.
and the school.
Into the school.
Yeah,
So
but,
Grandma Emma and
Yeah.
Michael both went to the school in Custer.
But Michael was 5 years older than our mother.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, we were talking about that on the way over to here today. Our dad was born in 1896 and our mother was born in 1901.
That's great.
What I thought was interesting is Grandpa Mike came over from Germany, from Cologne, and then he had to go back in World War I and fight the Germans.
He did not,
He was born here.
he was
He was
born here.
But he
in the
did go
United-
back and fight Germans in World War I.
Yes,
Okay.
but he was
born
in
here.
France.
Oh.
He was in France. Yeah.
Okay, so he was in World War
And
I.
I got-
They didn't allow any Germans in France.
In fact, he was on the front lines when he was over in France, and he had the heel shot off of his boot when he was a courier, I guess, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He was a courier. He went from, the head of the army that was there, and would deliver messages to other people along the front lines, and that was his job. And I've got the books that tell a lot about that.
That's interesting. So now, Mom,
And I think I
tell
got
us
two or
a little
three.
bit about what you remember about this part of the Wood County and how you came to meet
Right.
Dad, and anything about that family.
I was born in Wood County, just a mile and a half from this house, down on Weston Road. And I knew their brother, Eugene Coop. And I knew him since he used to drive the tractor on the baler when he was in the 2nd grade. And then they would bale over on my dad's farm, and then we would cook for him, and I had to help serve stuff. And that's how I got to know Coop.
Is it?
And we had a lot of good times, and we did a lot of good things
Good.
together.
Good.
And I've always enjoyed these two sisters so much.
And then we'll get some separate ones.
Okay. Good. Anything else that you would like to add about the heritage of the farm and where you are now and what
Does it-
impact that had on your life?
Adler means, in German, eagle, someone told me.
Eagle.
Eagle, we've always been
Yes.
proud of that. Adler means eagle in German.
But you know, there's also another little quirk on this Adler. It was originally spelled Addler, and now it's Adler, and the Addler is a snake in the grass.
Well, there's many Jewish Adlers too.
Oh, yes.
So if we research back.
Yes,
right, have
well,
that.
yes, yeah.
Pam's took a subject in college, and she talked to the the German teacher about the Adler name, and the teacher says, oh, well, that's Jewish. There's
Yes.
been a conversion somewhere.
Yeah, if you go to Hollywood, Adlers are all Jewish, and New York. So
Yeah.
somewhere there was a
Toledo, too.
Catholicism
Yeah.
conversion. Okay, well, thank you, and we will talk to you later. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's take off in the blue. Once I get you up there where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear the angels cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. So come fly with me, let's fly away. Oh, come on and fly. Once I get you up there where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so cheer because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely